people who were elevating and giving these jobs to these brothers after these legendary coaches are leaving. I don't know how to say this, but somebody might need to be like, yo, thanks, but no thanks, homie. Why we got to get the hardest job you got, bruh? Like, can't you let some white man come in here and take these flames, and then I come take the job after him? You ever think about that? I understand I might sound like an ingrate, but at the same time, I'm looking at what's going on to my brothers, and it's just kind of like I'm glad the contracts are guaranteed, but we would all acknowledge this is not the greatest position for success.
There are getting millions of dollars, so thanks but no thanks. It'll be crazy for a person that just got 20 million.
Listen, I will say,
you gotta take that money.
These coaches are coming into situations that are bad. A lot of times, like, these coaches get fired after not winning, and you're coming in and you're trying to establish a whole new culture. That's hard. So obviously it's going to be a hard situation any way you split it. So I mean, either win or come into the situation and put pieces in to try to win, or you're going to get fired. That's just what it is.
How long did the Lions coach have his job?
Which one?
The new one.
He's been there 4 or 5 years now.
4 or 5 years?
I think he's been there 4 years now.
He turned it around.
He did.
He did quick, yeah.
He did. I mean, he came into a very trash Lions team. They won more games in the first year than they did.
You got to show some
Then they went
type of
even.
emotion.
Then they went 8
so
and
his
8.
first year there, he showed progress.
I think the first year there, they were like 5 and like...
That's progress for them. That was
5 and like 9, 5 and 10, something like that.
Y'all gonna get mad, man. But I will say, it does seem to me as if black coaches do have a shorter leash.
It seems like that to everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody.
I'll say this: the Raiders team was definitely, their culture was bad this year. That was very obvious from the beginning of the year. It was very apparent. They won one game and everything went to shit. I mean, they got drama with players talking about leaving. They want to leave and this and that. They didn't have a quarterback situation. I mean, they were in no shape this entire year. An organization that was geared for winning. So I mean, they thought they bring in the players coach. He did good as the interim coach. He came in this year. He stunk it up. They fired him.
What did we say earlier, Brock? It might just seem as if, or I feel like they not like racist. I don't think that it's like blatantly racist. I just think that maybe subconsciously they accidentally just let's get this nigga out of here.
Yeah, got it slightly shorter.
Listen.
That is still
y'all boy. No, it's not racist. Listen, y'all boy that y'all don't like, Emmanuel Acho, done pulled up some numbers. He said, out of all the coaches that's been one and done, 1 year of badness and fired, 6 of them have been white, 5 of them have been black.
What can't say. How long? You talking about total, like this season?
In the past few years.
Okay.
6 have been white, 5 have been black.
That's the stats, dude. You know,
stats, dude. Hey,
yeah,
but there are less black coaches, so that is more proportional. You know, a bigger percent of the black coaches.
Yeah, because we just not guys. We
so
not.
man, you
know us.
brought
we not
that stat.
Say something racist,
but
you know. But
y'all know how we are.
If it seems as if, like,
He said
what they're saying.
All right, here's the numbers right here.
Let me say
here's the numbers right here. The last 10 years, 11 coaches have been one and done. 6 white coaches, 5 black.
Well, that is right there, though.
Well, then it's not.
Well,
I've never debunked, y'all.
I'll never look at it and say it's racist. The only thing I question is when they fire a coach who had like a decent season, they didn't make the playoffs, the team's doing better than they were, and they fire him. That I don't agree with.
And that has happened.
It happens all the time. I don't agree with that. Now, when your team sucks and it's stinking it up, like you got a bad team culture, like the Raiders. The Raiders had a bad team culture. Something has to change. You have to stop. You have to gut the whole organization. I knew the Raiders were not serious about winning when they signed Gardner Minshew to be their starter. And I like Gardner, but he's not a starting quarterback. Then I also said the same thing for the Patriots when you put in a career backup like Jacoby Brissett. I knew they're not serious about winning. So these coaches weren't serious about keeping their job. That's what it is. If it's me, I'm going to go throw some money at somebody and come in this thing.
But that's the GM that got to go get the person.
At least they get guaranteed contracts. So, you know.
The argument, that's what I'm saying. No, they get a huge win.
So
the argument is debunked now.
We got to keep it 100, man.
But y'all see, it even got us. Like, y'all know we going to keep it 100. Yeah. It just seemed as if, but maybe that's because
I just pay attention too much.
Culture is pushing that more, and we just like, well, man,
I don't know. I watch too much football, man. I watch how the season transpires. I watch all that stuff. These coaches are not putting their organizations in the right position to win. That's just what it is.
I'm surprised because he's Nigerian, but because of all his other takes, I ain't surprised.
I'm surprised that he brought that up.
Oh, I'm surprised too.
He's on Fox.
That's
He
debunking
keep trying
that.
to keep it 100.
Yeah,
on
he's
some
keeping it
other
100.
occasions.
Well,
Man, y'all was hating on him yesterday. Y'all wasn't even listening to what he said. He was saying some real stuff.
He's a complete pussy. I have no love for him. No respect for him.
After what he did to the white kid,
I respect.
you was telling the white kid.
I'm sorry, but I respect. Well, he just he brought out the fact he just woken me up to that. You know, he awoken me.
Listen, his race comments are bad, but his sports takes are not that bad.
Yeah, no, okay.
Cool.
That's what this is about. This is about Mike Vrabel. That's who they wanted. No question about it. And he's a more seasoned, more experienced coach. I don't like this. They call it Black Friday Black Monday rather for a reason. This certainly typifies it. I don't know why it's not called White Monday. Doug Peterson got fired from Jacksonville. He deserved that firing. Gerard Mayo clearly was not given an opportunity, a lengthy enough opportunity, considering what Bill Belichick left him with from a talent perspective, considering the record, considering the way the team performed. He didn't help himself with some of the comments he made, calling the team soft and what have you, and having to retract statements, and we get all of that. But no matter what we can point to, at the end of the day, the folks in New England were turning against Gerard Mayo. We all know this. And I think it has something to do with the fact that Vrabel is available, and that's really what's going on here. They don't want to lose him, especially to a team like the New York Jets. They want to be in the running, and they can't do that with him as the head coach.
A lot of the criticism of Gerard Mayo feels pretty racist. And by the way, I agree with that. I also think if I were running the team, I probably would have fired him. Like, both things can be true. The folks that every time he's mentioned tweet DEI hire are cretins. It also can be true that just objectively weighing the football stuff, the first year from before the year even started to every press conference throughout, a lot of it went really poorly. And I almost feel like some of the, I'm not saying you, KW, but some of the defense of him has almost been, I don't want to be lumped in with these creeps. And so, you know what I mean? So that part, I think, is a messy piece of it. I also think firing a coach that you said 5 years ago you handpicked after one season is almost always irrational unless you are certain you're getting Mike Vrabel, who I think is a home run hire because he is proven.
Well, there it is.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Mike Vrabel is a much better hire than Gerard Mayo. The fact that he got fired from the Titans was terrible. It was a terrible decision. They were a fringe playoff team 2 years from the playoffs, and they fired him because he had one decent subpar season, and now they're they're the worst team in the league now. Yeah, that was a terrible decision. That was a terrible decision. So the fact that he doesn't have a head coaching job and he's available, and you got Gerard Mayo who turned the Patriots into a dumpster fire this year. I mean, you got to get rid of him. You got to. He tweaked out on multiple occasions. You have to just look at the body of work he put out there this season. It was bad. There's a way better coach out there who's proven that he can win.
So at the end of the day, it's not racist.
I don't think it's racist.
This one for sure was racist.
Nah, I said that too.
I don't think it's racist.
I don't give a damn if it was unevenly proportioned. This one racist. He couldn't talk good in press conferences. He called the team soft. He did a lot of bad shit. Yeah, he had to go regardless.
Literally,
nobody was rocking with him from the when we saw what he did yesterday from the very first interaction when he got hired on the team. And the dude sits there and congratulates you, and then you turn around and say what you said.
But I am not exaggerating when I say this. Cliff Kingsbury, the now former coach for the Arizona Cardinals, I challenge anybody in football to tell me I'm wrong about this. This man is more known for his relationships with quarterbacks and that fly-ass crib he had during the NFL draft when COVID was going on and we saw where he was. He's more known for that than he is for winning football games. That is a fact. It cannot be disputed, okay? And so when I look at it from that perspective and we talk about things, and I'm going to go here, doggy, we talk about diversity, and we certainly saw black coaches getting hired and all of that other stuff. That's not where I'm going. I'm saying from an historical perspective, we look at a guy like Cliff Kingsbury, and you know what we see as black folks? Oh, see, this is the kind of stuff that don't happen as black folks. So you're in college, right? And you got a good relationship with Kyler Murray. So we got the #1 overall pick, we Arizona. So we gonna hire you because you ingratiated yourself with a kid in this family and you the right guy for the job. That works out for you with one playoff appearance in 4 years, okay? And one season and winning record. Now we fast forward years later. Now you're the offensive coordinator. Why you get that job? because they got the number 2 overall pick, and Caleb Williams is talking about, that's my dog, a puppy. Ain't thrown a damn pass in the National Football League yet. Okay, great, incredible talent, but breath smelling like Similac, wet behind the ears, ain't throw a damn pass in the NFL, but he vouching. Oh, that's my dog. That's my dog right there. And you get the offensive coordinator's job. It doesn't seem to me like there are bona fide football reasons as to why Cliff Kingsbury is the new offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. You couldn't produce but so much in college. You damn sure didn't do it in the pros, but somehow, some way, job opportunities come your way. As the great Don King once said, only in America, baby. Only in America.
That's a terrible take.
Is he still the OC for the Washington right now?
Yeah, he's the OC right now. This is last year.
I ain't like him and Jay Daniels balling.
I'm gonna keep it 100. The reason why
win the division?
No. The Eagles did.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they in the playoffs, though.
They are in the playoffs.
One of the best records.
Listen. The reason why Cliff Kingsbury gets all the positions he gets, he coached Patrick Mahomes in college.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers and the amount of yards they were putting up in those years.
Yeah, he's an offense. He got offense.
The reason that Cliff Kingsbury is high on a lot of boards, and I'm telling you this as a Cardinals fan, is because they call him an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Now the
like Lincoln Riley kinda.
No, not Lincoln Riley. No.
Lincoln Riley was good offense.
No.
Not this last year, but he is.
No.
OU offense prior to Lincoln Riley, after Lincoln Riley, big difference.
But he took the whole staff with him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they got no staff with Venables.
Offenses.
But anyways,
this is a bad
That's irrelevant.
take,
But listen, the reason why Cliff Kingsbury keeps getting jobs because they think he's an offensive guru. Now, on the flip side of that, he starts off really hot in seasons. He has a tendency to his play calling falls off. But this year, hey, this was a great hire for the Washington Commanders. They won 11 games. They're about to. They have a Rookie of the Year candidate with this quarterback, and he's over here hating. I mean, it's
that's weird.
I don't like the way that he's making it seem like he's getting these positions because he's white.
Yeah,
I strongly disagree with that. He's a young guy. He's considered a player's coach. Players genuinely like him. He's an offensive guru.
And they balling. That's all that matters.
That's why he gets these jobs.
Emmanuel brought up the stats. If those stats is true,
those stats are true.
Is it actually true? I mean, if he brought it up, it's
the
true.
last 10 years.
Yeah, if he brought it up, it's for sure.
I'm society. So yeah, it's debunked. It's
debunked. Yeah, it's debunked, man. They had me feeling liberal for a second though.
I just giving it our own liberal ways some water.
I just gotta keep it 100. I don't think in sports race plays as much of an issue in positions like coaching as much as people would make it seem in 2024. Or it's 2025 now. I just don't think that's just as. I don't think it's that black and white.
Like our last video,
people want to win.
We were just like, hey, that's how it looks.
That's literally what it is.
That's what
you have to win.
I say the truth, like what I really think, y'all, and I changed my mind. It ain't racist. I'm sorry, y'all.
They probably getting on our ass right now in the comments.
They say you dumb niggas.
They got our ass though.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way around this. This is white privilege. This does not happen for a black man. No experience whatsoever on any level as a coach, and you get the Brooklyn Nets job. I know that Kyrie and KD have both signed off on this. I know they both support this move. But I'm thinking about a champion that is Ty Lue, passed up. I'm thinking about a guy who built the foundation for the Golden State Warriors in Mark Jackson, passed up. I'm thinking about the years that Sam Cassell has served as an assistant, first in the nation's capital in D.C., and now with the Los Angeles Clippers, passed up. Emanating from the black community and disenfranchised communities is that proverbial glass ceiling and the fact that it breeds a level of frustration that we can't even put in the words sometimes. You just want to scream to the high heavens. How the hell does this always happen for somebody else other than us? Why is it that we have to be twice as good to get half as much? Why is it that no matter what we do and how hard we work and how we go through the process and the terrain of everything, somehow, some way, there's another excuse to ignore that criteria, to ignore those credentials, and instead bypass it and make an exception to the rule for someone other than us. I'm depressed right now because I have to bring that up. The fact of the matter is when it comes to Steve Nash and to a lesser degree Steve Kerr, the bottom line is that those kind of opportunities don't happen for black people. I said it before. I've been saying it for years. I'm going to continue to say it. And the real person that I'm pointing the finger at are the two stars on the Brooklyn Nets because I'm thinking about the process. To ignore that criteria, to ignore those credentials, and instead bypass it and make an exception to the rule for someone other than us. So I'm depressed right now because I have to bring that up. The fact of the matter is when it comes to Steve Nash and to a lesser degree Steve Kerr, the bottom line is that those kind of opportunities don't happen for black people. I said it before. I've been saying it for years. I'm going to continue to say it. And the real person that I'm pointing the finger at are the two stars on the Brooklyn Nets because I'm thinking about the process. Maybe they did have a diverse slew of candidates that they talked to or whatever. We didn't hear about it. We don't know about it. But bottom line is when you are an African American, particularly in the world of professional sports, and we see the numbers dwindling right now in a league that's nearly 80% black, there's 4 black head coaches. 2 of them got fired, Nate McMillan and Alvin Gentry, already since the bubble took place. And so when you look at it from that perspective and you see the dwindling numbers and you see the advent of analytics and how African Americans ain't necessarily being hired for those positions or to become head coaches under that system. The bottom line is that the numbers are dwindling before our very eyes, and the black players don't seem to be saying anything about it. They damn sure don't seem to be doing anything about it. Somebody has to. So
if KD and Kyrie Irving said, I want this coach, and the GM is paying for these expensive players and they want to have somebody that they feel comfortable that is a Hall of Famer, what is the problem?
That's what I was just about to say. If he's making it a problem, like, oh, I find the problem, they hired a white guy over these experienced black guys. But the 2 black superstars on the team, so they're in favor of this. Yeah. Oh, I have a problem with it. Then he goes on to say at the end of this point, of this rant, oh, all these black superstars are finding a problem that these coaches are being passed up. Because it's really not that deep, bro.
Because they're not race hustlers like you, Stephen A.
It's really not that deep,
I didn't even know. I love Stephen A. And he's funny. I didn't think he was this bad of a race hustler. This here is bad.
He's bad. He does.
I didn't know he was this bad. This is bad. Because
do you not remember when they were doing the layoffs at ESPN? He was like, when a white man get the chills, a black man catch a cold. Oh, our jaw's in trouble.
Yeah, that's bad. But like the fact that Steve Kerr was a former player and he created a coaching dynasty, a team dynasty at the Warriors is all another example. It's an example that Steve Nash could have possibly came in somewhere and did that.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Anytime a star player wants to coach, especially in the basketball, JJ Redick with the Lakers
that happens.
Now, he's never been a
Bron's
coach.
The biggest race hustler.
Said,
he vouched for him over the black man that Stephen A. was crying about.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's debunked too, man. I mean, hey,
I'm just saying, like, if the players are in favor of the coaches, I don't understand what the problem is.
It's gonna be.
They're the ones that got to work with them.
That's what I'm saying. They're the ones that get to work with them. Like, it doesn't matter what we on the outside think. If the players on the inside are like, yeah, this is cool. Well, then shut up. It doesn't matter what you think.
But I hope they ain't got to snatch your. I hope they ain't got to snatch your job because you hurting black and brown.
This is old Stephen A. This is Stephen A.
I know, but to say that about Steve Kerr,
that's job
they had a
snatchable.
dynasty.
But this old Stephen A.
2K not fun to play.
Man, new Stephen A. just came out saying the same shit. The beginning clips was in. This is new. This is old. But this is very bad. But, hey, man, black people watching this, man, and black people a lot of them watch ESPN, and I can't believe he on here saying this shit, man, But, hey, guys, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. It's been debunked, though, guys. We had a little liberal moment because it did seem as if.
Right,
and that's what a lot of people say that. And, it did seem as if, guys. So, let us know what y'all think. We gone.